So, thoughts from the wood stove. I was thinking this morning, and it's been bothering me a little bit, that you're seeing a lot of your smaller mom and pop farms having to go out of business. And one could only assume that it is from the costs that they are all facing now. What happened to the days of the 100 horsepower 6 or 12 row planter days, the 6600 combines, the 1480 and the 1440 Case Internationals, when a guy could put out a crop, whether it be a row crop or even hay for that matter, like I do, a custom bale hay. It seems like anymore that we are having to adapt to things that are, of course, out of our control. I would personally like to know what you all think as far as that goes. We're really undernumbered on cattle. There are several people around me here local in Western Kentucky that have sold out due to the prices, which has really hurt the hay business, in my opinion. And I know it hurts a lot of other people in turn, your row crop farmers with their corn, even in their beans. It just makes you wonder, is the system set up so that the mom and pops are weeded out and they kind of cater to the bigger guys? Or maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'm not seeing things that these other small farmers are seeing. Property is at an all-time high. And, I know the old saying goes, buy dirt, we're not making any more of it. What we've got here is all we've got. But as a small-scale farmer, and I don't even really consider myself a farmer because I know farming requires a lot of things, and hay is one of those things that it does fall in, but I don't personally have any cattle. I do have a few sheep. My wife raises rabbits, and we have guineas and stuff like that. But, how can you buy a piece of property, at anywhere between $7,000 and $12,000 to the acre and make money for you? It just seems like you get to a point where it's like, is it even worth holding on to what I'm doing? Do I give it up and try to do something else? Do I stay with farming? Anymore, it seems like mom and pop operations can't just mom and pop farm and make a living. They have to work outside of the farm, which in turn makes life harder on the farm. And I'm not complaining about that. I'm thankful for the job that I do have outside of farming because it does offset the winter months. I would just like to see more cattle grown and raised in the United States, and I would like to see a lot less imports. And I would also like to see ground come down where people like myself and my family who would like to try to get a little more better rooted in farming and start raising a few cattle, be able to have that option. I got my words tangled up, almost said opinion. It would just be a real blessing for us if we could get to a point where we could do that. It's something we enjoy. My wife, she was raised around horses. I was raised on the farm. My dad raised tobacco when I was a kid, and had to quit when I was about 7 or 8 years old. And I had an uncle that raised tobacco up until I was probably about 10, and he quit because there just wasn't any money in it anymore. And I was fortunate enough to work for him up until I was probably 18 or 19 years old, custom baling hay. And this past year, I started, year before last, I'm sorry, I started my own hay business, and was very blessed with that. My wife and my parents and her parents have been very supportive. They have helped me a lot. I'm very thankful that I have them on my side. I am thankful for the prayers that they have prayed for me, and I have prayed for them as well. And I guess I'm just coming here to ask you all's opinion as to what y'all feel like is, at what point do you just throw in the towel, or how do you keep going when things don't look like they're in favor of the small guy? Drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. We're going to start baling hay here in a few months, maybe, and y'all just hang out with us. Thank you.